We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next. Welcome back. We're joined by actress Mackenzie Phillips and our next guest, Ashley. And I really want to talk to you guys about Ashley because as a parenting coordinator, her story is really near and dear to my heart. So Ashley is a 25-year-old single mom of a 2-year-old daughter. And the daughter's father hasn't really been around. In fact, he lives on the East Coast and Ashley lives on the West Coast. But now, even though they don't have a court-arranged custody agreement, Dad is wanting to come back into his daughter's life. So I want us to all welcome Ashley. Thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
I would like to have that foundation of knowing if anything sketchy may come up, that I would still have my daughter back, because when you are not in the court, have been to the court with custody, if I were to give my daughter to him, he could not give her back, and then I would have to, come up with finances to get her back because I didn't have it from the beginning.
What is it in your mind that he's trying to avoid?
I just kind of think he thinks once we go there, it might turn around to be a different story in court and me just taking her away from him altogether, like blindsiding him. Okay. So he just kind of doesn't want to do the whole court situation. So
how is all of this affecting you? Because it sounds like it's so much more painful for you than just a really simple issue.
I think for myself, there's like no heartache, but it's just I want my daughter to have him, and it's difficult because we met in college. So we were in the same state when I had gotten pregnant. And now that we're far apart, it's a whole nother border. And a huge factor financially for both of us. And it's kind of not as simple to be like, we're in the same state, like we've met, turn around the corner, your dad, go visit Daddy.
And so I wonder, have you talked to him already to say, hey, listen, this is what my fear is. Let's get real. You want her to come, I want her to come, but I'm afraid if I send her to you, you won't send her back.
Yeah.
Have you been that blunt about the conversation?
Kind of, sort of. More when I've talked about it, I kind of put it on, it's my family's idea. Not to hurt his feelings, but he knows that's a factor of why.
Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is I want you to woman up, okay? Say, listen, we're two grown-ups trying to raise a child here. My fear is that if I send her to you, you won't send her back. I need you to help make that okay for me.
Yeah.
Invite him into that space to have that mature conversation and let him tell you, well, I will do this or I won't do that, okay?
It's always an argument. Like, we're really cool, like we're friends. But then we start talking about my daughter, as far as when he can get her, that's when it's like we can't talk at all.
Mackenzie, what do you think about this?
You know, I was a single mom, but I wasn't a single mom because I had an amazing, incredibly supportive ex-husband who was very active in Shane's life. Shane's 27 now, so he's even older than you are. But you know, we let go of the things that stopped working. You know, the romantic stuff was gone. It was more like brother and sister living in a home together. But we knew that we were excellent friends and wonderful parents, and that we both had Shane's best interests at heart. And so I lived on the West Coast. He was on the road. You know, he was on the road with Bruce Springsteen playing guitar for him for a long time. And he would take the baby with him on the road, you know, but he would always bring him back. And we had a tacit understanding that Shane is ours. Shane is not his and Shane is not mine. And we were able to come to, you know, a very beautiful agreement about how to keep him safe and how to have both parents in his life. And I think that if you guys can put some of the stuff away that's making you argue, which is, you know, old romantic entanglements, leftover resentments and things like that, and just get down to what's best for the baby.
On his side of the aspect, he's just like, I don't want to do the back and forth visit for a while. That's basically a waste of my money. Because the plane tickets are, you know, probably $600 to $700, and he feels I should just be able to take her back as soon as I come. Okay. And that's another argument. Okay, so this is where I want to get you guys to. And you'll have to be the leader because he's not here today. Anytime that the two of you start talking about I, you're not talking about your daughter anymore. So as soon as he says, it's too expensive for me,
I don't want to have to do this, I don't feel, then we're not talking about what's in the best interest of our daughter. Our daughter's best interest is to have us both here, but you haven't been here, and so she needs to become comfortable. We all need to become comfortable in this. So what I would suggest to you is you come to him and you say, this is a list of things that I need that I think would be in her best interest. I want you to take some time and sit with this, and then let's figure out what you need so we can come up with the compromise, okay? But the conversation right now needs to be, what is in the best interest of our child? It's to have her here. And remember, there's some other ways that you can build that up. There's Skype sessions, there's phone, so that she becomes familiar with his face. There's photos, there's talk on the phone, I hear his voice, okay? Start incorporating the language of daddy so that when she sees him, all of those things start to become familiar.
It's the first step.
There it is.
All right. Ashley, thank you so much, and a special thanks to Mackenzie Phillips for being with us here and sharing, and we'll be right back.
We love getting your questions, so we want you to keep them coming via Facebook, Twitter, and on our webpage. Who knows, we might just answer your question here in the studio audience next.